Hey, Chris Battles, Director of Res Accounting. What are you doing here?
Hey Mark, I'm using this really powerful tool to find out what's going on in the newspaper and the world these days.
Huh. That's known as a magnifying glass to some people, but isn't it called a lens as well?
As a matter of fact, it is. It has a number of uses. Particularly, it helps people see things more clearly.
Helps you put focus on things.
Yep, makes things bigger.
And it definitely can help influence.
Definitely, and help facilitate decisions.
Speaking of lenses, didn't World Travel Holdings roll out something earlier this year about lenses?
We did, actually. We adopted the concept of lenses from one of our cruise lines, Norwegian Cruise Lines. You know what they say, mockery is the sincerest form of flattery.
That they do. So, what do we need lenses for anyway?
Well, that's a good question. Lenses help us as a company clearly define and keep our priorities in focus. They help us make consistent decisions and ensure that we're investing our dollars and our resources in the things that really are most important to us as a company.
Great, great. And I think we have five lenses here at World Travel Holdings. The first being Inspire Others.
Right. Another one is customer advocacy.
Okay. I'm pretty sure another one is Suppliers First.
Right. We have this kind of complicated one that's called Dominate, be a dominant force in private label partnerships.
Yeah, it does sound like it could be. And I think the last one is Act Today and Build for Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Act for Today and Build for Tomorrow.
Great.
So, actually, speaking of our lenses, I have a story that I'd like to share that relates back to our first lens of inspiring each other or inspiring others.
Great.
So, we're in a meeting, and Debbie Fiorino, the SVP of HR and our Sink and Cone home-based organizations, had communicated this or made this statement to us as the leadership team. So I changed a few of the words around because I really found the more I read what she said to us to be an inspiration to me personally. So I think that it has the same meaningful impact on a personal level as well as speaking to a group. So I'll share that with you.
Great.
Basically what Debbie said was to all of us was to believe in your ability to overcome your challenges. We can all debate those that are completely within our control or are internal and those that are less so or external. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all responsible for the results that we deliver. Every reason that we give for not accomplishing a goal is an excuse. It may be real, but it's still an excuse. So Debbie encouraged all of us to ask ourselves, what is the solution in that case? If you can't get something one way due to a valid reason or excuse, then do you accept it or do you find another way? The more I thought about that, the more it made me think and about those words, and it made me realize that I could apply that to not only my work on the work side, but on my personal side as well. So I really wanted to, I found that to be inspirational, and I wanted to share that with everybody else in the hopes that it inspires someone else in the company as well.
That's great for sharing. Thank you so much. But as those of you who may know Deb, I'm going to ask, so what?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, Deb asks that questions a lot. So what? So first, I'd like to thank Deb for personally inspiring me by sharing those words and making me think a little bit more and a little bit harder about who I am, what I do, and what I want to be when I grow up, and the type of person I am. Second, I'd like to challenge everyone in the company to find something that inspires you, or find something that inspires one of your peers. To believe in yourself, to challenge yourself, and if there's something that you're really truly passionate about, to find a way to get it done.
That's great. Speaking about inspiration, you know, we have this poster behind us. I was going to pull some names from the red bag for this week's open. Want to join me and help me out?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Great, alright, let's, you want to wear the glasses?
No, that's all you. I'll just stick with the lens.
All right, great, great. I'm gonna take a seat too. I'll pull the first one here. First one comes from Harry Rothman, who nominated J.J. Davis for delivering a remarkable experience. This was from a welcome home survey that said from one of J.J.'s clients, "We're very loyal to J.J. We have booked several cruises with J.J. through Cruises Only. She is the best. Way to deliver a remarkable experience, J.J. That's what I call building a lifelong customer and broadening horizons for these people over and over again." Great
Nice job, JJ.
Your turn, Chris.
All right, this one was nominated by Joanne Andrews, and Joanne nominated Danielle Overberger for delivering a remarkable experience. Awesome job building loyalty with 14 repeat bookings out of 20. Sounds to me like you've built yourself some lifelong loyal customers. Repeat bookings is one of our company goals and objectives. That's a great way to stay focused on that one.
Great job. A third one here comes from Sherry Creasy, who nominated MAH00007 for embodying teamwork. Sherry said, "I want to let you know how much I appreciate you taking care of a booking that was in limbo over the last couple of days to ensure that our guests were taken care of. It required a lot of attention and monitoring, and I can't thank you enough for helping out my agent on this one to achieve a positive outcome. You are simply the best." MacGyver, as everybody knows, teamwork is one of our core values here at World Travel Holdings. Thanks for keeping your eye on what's most important, the customer.
That's awesome. This one comes from Ellen Burke, and Ellen Gordon, and Ellen is nominating Bob Burke for performing with velocity. Ellen says, "Bob, thank you for making the corrections to the Cruises Inc. commission payroll. We really appreciate your timely response and quick resolution for the problem. Great job, Bob, embodying one of our core values of performing with velocity."
Great job. All right. Next comes from Wendy Kay, who nominated Rachel Brannon, also for embodying teamwork. Wendy said, "I want to thank Rachel for reaching out to my client on behalf as a payment was declined and it was my day off. It was great to see the teamwork. Teamwork is so important, and I loved reading about these. It certainly looks like Rachel knows all about one company and one team. It's a great example of customer advocacy and working on behalf of with the best interest of the customer in mind. Great job."
That customer advocacy was one of our lenses, I believe.
You're absolutely right, Chris.
Okay. This one comes from Kelly Ostachik, who nominated Angie Dawson for working with passion. "Thank you for converting a majority of your calls one day last week, building customer relationships and making those sales and building loyal customers. Sounds like Angie's acting for today and building for tomorrow by creating those long-lasting relationships and loyal customers with these conversion bookings." That's another one of our lenses.
Certainly is. I'm going to have a quiz at the end of this. You better email me what the 5 lenses are. I'd like to hear from you. Next comes from Ben Frassa, who nominated Melissa Lemke for performing with velocity. Ben said, "Thank you so much for going above and beyond booking celebrity groups. We can hardly keep enough cabins in the groups for you. Sounds like we can't get enough celebrity inventory. That's what I would simply call putting our suppliers first." Chris, what do you think?
I'm seeing a recurring theme here.
Suppliers first is a lens.
That's right, that's right.
I think we got one more here.
So I get to do the last one. The last one was nominated by Scott Hamilton, who nominated Mark Zappola for working with passion. "Mark, great job in all your work with the Spirit redesign that recently launched. That certainly is one way to exceed our partners' expectations and ensure that we remain a dominant force in our private label partnerships."
Trying to think.
Sounds kind of
Sounds
familiar.
familiar. I may have to reach out to Stacy Lohman to kind of get clarification. Pretty confident that's a lens.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. There we go. Those are our 8 Overboard Awards for the week. Thank you very much, Chris for coming by and joining us for this very special edition. In the coming weeks, look forward to having another special guest and talking about some more lenses maybe.
Thanks.
Till next time, take care everybody.